Okay, everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa Blind. In the last one, we pretty much did an hour of investigating. We pretty much did 50 minutes of investigating. Yeah. I'll be honest though, as we are right now, my theory hasn't really changed, and the problem with that is that I just don't know who the killer is. Like, I've got a sequence of events in my head, and even then, I don't have a killer. Like, I should. Surely I should. But I don't. And that goddamn locked door is really what's throwing me off. 'Cause yeah, it's that goddamn locked door that isn't making any sense in my head and throws, like, everyone out of the window. I genuinely do not know what I could possibly do here.
I certainly did not expect Hiro and Kyoko to turn up at the same time. But where's Kyoko been hiding all this time? I have no idea. Perhaps she really is working for the mastermind. What else would explain her questionable behavior? But you are quite protective of her, yes? That's because she's helped me out so much up until now. If I was the mastermind, that is exactly what I would do to earn your trust. I mean, she has a point, but it's getting more and more like it really was a setup.
There's no talking your way out of this one. You did it. Everyone knows it.
Assume Hero's gonna be the one to advance this. She looks like she's lost in thought. But is she all alone? Well, it's Kyoko, she is. She's a very Azura type. I don't think she's in the mood to talk. I'd better leave her alone. Well, Hero!
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand, dude? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it?
Well, two people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What? Two people?
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
I did not! Wait, hold on. If those two are the ones that were killed, that's it! I know who did it!
You may as well tell us then.
Talking to Fu...
Oh no, am I about to get shat on for what I said earlier?
Talking to Fumi, we're fighting with Alter Ego, right? Which means Alter Ego and or Chihiro must have done it!
Now that he said that, I feel like an absolute idiot.
Correct. I see. That's unfortunate.
Huh? Unfortunate? Oh man, I thought of that too. Am I dummy dumb? Am I stupid? Big old moron. Yes, I am a big old moron.
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it, okay?
I'm telling you, you got it all wrong, dude. I know. A note.
No.
Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, dude. Here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m., dude.
The last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and for some reason I fell asleep.
Yeah, my Ace Attorney instincts of going instant chloroform seems like an okay idea. I guess they would have got it from the nurse's office, I guess. I don't know. There wasn't really any indication they would be there, but I also can't imagine you'd get it from anywhere else. I don't think a physics lab would have that. Oh, well, maybe it would. Would it? Nah, that's more of a chemistry thing, isn't it?
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a chance.
So,
No, hold on. You could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Oh, well, okay then. Thanks, Kyoko. Really?
I told you, someone's trying to set me up, man. Secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me, dude.
Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you.
Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right, dude? Yeah. They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me, dude.
Hey, look, me and Celeste were talking about this a while ago, man. Gotta let go.
I still don't buy it.
don't be mean.
What?
That voice line. Oh, I love it. Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note.
With pleasure. Have it right here in my, pocket.
Yeah, I feel like if you got drugged and I assume if you had it in your pocket, you would have brought it along with you. Yeah, I don't think you're still going to have that, mate.
No way.
Looks like I lost it.
Yeah, sure.
Please.
You gotta believe me, dude. I wouldn't hurt a fly, man.
As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must provide evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason.
What the heck? You're serious, dude?
Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Oh, God. Oh, excuse me. Something stuck in my brace. Oh, I got strawberry seed. Excuse that.
Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, hero.
No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money...
Hifumi?
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us?
Yeah, that must be it.
You must be totally broke, and that's...
Well, I mean, he did spend a lot of money on that crystal ball, and now it's gone, so...
Wait, there's a false accusation. Someone help me.
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you.
Jesus Christ, I'm really spitting today.
You have time to yell and carry on. You have time to search for your evidence, right?
Let's get that out of there.
You're right. I knew to look for the second suit on that and that note. Yeah. Feet don't fail me now, dude.
I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko, Genocide Jack, to switch with me, but if Shin Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye.
One by one, everyone peeled away.
Do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem.
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground.
Yeah. Well, we're doing what, Kyoko? Makoto trusts you, and yes, so do I. But what were you doing? Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time.
Will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is
Oh, okay. Well, no. To reject me so simply.
that? Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
shall we go?
Makoto,
Look, it's all right to be a doormat, but please stop.
thanks. Now then, shall we? Damn it, I've slipped into this sort of one again. Need to get out of that for Kyoko. That is not the voice. Well, I mean, it would fit her just fine, but no, we want to move past that. It sounds a little too much like Hina. So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? Can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. You tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I mean, last chapter, yeah. I mean, Chihiro's body told us the truth. He probably wouldn't have anytime soon. Yeah. I'm still not entirely sure why you stuck your hands in his skirt. I mean, maybe it was because it was the whole, whatever she said, that she picked up on what Mondo was saying. So it's like, I'll check. Oh yeah, that's a penis. It's a bizarre mental image, I'll say that much. How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway, we have to hurry, before the class trial begins again.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay then, show me where the bodies are.
They're in the repository. I guess we should head that way for now. Okay. Back it up. Stairs are this way, I think. Yeah. Back it up, back it up. Oh, quite a flash there. Repository. Ugh. In we go. And in we go again. That was an awful unlocking sound, but I
Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
I knew it. The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Hey, you two got anything? Oh, no. God damn it. Yes. There we go.
So,
Doesn't Kyoko get creeped out poking at dead bodies and stuff? No, it may or may not be... Oh, okay. Same thing? No. No thanks, Sakura. I know I haven't actually listened to it at all, but... Yo, Kyoko!
see.
Makoto, I found something.
You did?
Remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his left hand?
Yeah, vaguely. You did?
You're so oblivious to the people around you. Do you dislike other people that much?
Look, Kyoko. Think what you will. But me and Taka have a special bond, and I'm afraid I find it personally insulting that you would insinuate that I would dislike Taka in any way, shape, or form. No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said you had a watch?
So then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? Damn it, I did the right. Most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock.
So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
that's right.
Last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken.
Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting?
Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch.
It's almost 10 o'clock, you know. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m.
meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning, which fits with what I said, that I think Taka was probably killed before all of this went down. Like, purely based on the geography of the school, the layout of the school, I think, is really what I'm supposed to... really the word I was looking for there.
However,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. It appears to be gripping something.
Jesus Christ. Boy had some defined knuckles.
You're right. There's something white in there.
Makoto,
Can you try and pry it out?
Me?
because
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of labour, right?
Now, Kyoko, I don't mean to suggest that you have touched a lot of dead bodies so far, or probably will continue to, unfortunately. But I think you might be better suited to this than Makoto.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Makoto, come on. Stop being such a doormat. I know it's normal for you, but at least show a little more than just, okay. Stop being a Felicia, okay? Okay, she isn't really well, she can be a bit of a doormat. She's more so awkward, and that's just what I went for there, but whatever. That's Toko's shtick in my weird headcanon.
As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand.
Oh, how romantic. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Taka.
The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper. Nice, okay. Taka was killed by a blow to the head. He must have been stronger than his force. Okay, yeah, same thing. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse. When the nurse's officer was discovered to hear the repository all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems that Hifumi had died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Death Stab before, but... Glasses, yes. It's because he moved himself. He wasn't dead. And that's why we got the body discovery announcement when we actually found him again. So, I mean, who would do that and why?
Hang on, I just had an idea. So, like, the thing that was making me suspect Celeste was... or at the very least, like, she was my only possible... No, it wasn't even possible. But, like, the only, like... Huh? Maybe suspect I had was the fact that she's, like, the one who found the bodies. But you're just thinking of the body discovery announcement. Because, like, I had this, like, thought with, with Chihiro's case. That, like, I don't think the body discovery... I don't know really exactly know if the body discovery counts or works like this or not. Whether it's, like, it counts the murderer, or if it doesn't. Because now there's another set of scenarios, right? Where it's like, how I sort of interpreted it as if the first three people to actually go on the scene are Celeste, Byakuya, and Makoto, then we hit the snag of that none of them can be the killer. considering that was the first time we saw Hifumi's body. But if Sakura and Hina had already gone in, and the body discovery announcement hadn't gone off, but Celeste had also been in, then one of those three have to be the killer, which... Oopsie doodles. Celeste. But then the way Byakuya spoke earlier, it sort of sounded as if he already knew that the bodies were there, like when he was with Celeste. But then, when we were in the art room, he had that dialogue that was like, sort of made it seem like he didn't know the bodies were in there. So, I don't know if I'm grasping at... No, it's not grasping at straws. Barking up the wrong tree, that's the right expression, with how that works. Because, like, I just don't know what order this happened in, unfortunately. Like, logic would dictate, considering that Sakura and Hina were in there, like, beforehand, and they weren't in there when me and Byakuya were in there, so when Makoto and Byakuya were in there, then, like, surely they'd already be in there with Celeste, which would mean that the announcement hadn't gone off, which means one of them killed him. Which, actually, hold on, now that I think about it, if no one got to the... Oh shit, I hadn't even thought of this! 'Cause if one of them went... Because they said they both went together here, and that no one could have beaten them here. Like, it's a bit of a stretch, but considering that that's the thing that's stumping me, it's possible, I suppose, that one of those two killed Hifumi. But would they have? Fundamentally, that's sort of like the problem I have here. It's like, this was very clearly set up. Like, this whole thing, like, as I said, this is an Ace Attorney case. There was an obscenely elaborate setup to pull off a ultimately quite simple plan. But, like... I don't know. There are a lot of idiots in Ace Attorney, you know, who pull off these ridiculous schemes. And, you know, not to say that Sakura and Hina are idiots, because, I mean, Sakura certainly isn't, not from what I've seen, and, I mean, Hina certainly jumps to conclusions, but, you know, yeah. And... I mean, here comes the point where it's like, this would be absolutely ridiculous, but would make sense for an Ace Attorney case, where it's like, if Hifumi and his accomplice for Taka's murder, like, exist, or to be fair, I suppose... No. I was going to say, I suppose there's a chance that Hiro was the accomplice and Hifumi just moved him around, but no. Because... We saw Robo Justice, didn't we? But Hiro was in the locker the whole time, so... I don't know. Well, that raises a question. Who was our Robo Justice that we've been seeing? I don't know, because in that case it has to be Hiro, but then Hifumi would have to be moving him around. Whatever, that doesn't matter. Moving on. Hifumi's... okay. No, because then it contradicts the thing that I feel like... No, because everyone was together. No one else could have been the Robo Justice. Oh, I'm confusing myself so much. Anyway, what I was originally trying to say was that, like, the very Ace Attorney thing, if Hifumi and his accomplice do one murder, granted, I think Hifumi's accomplice is fairly, like, unwitting, or unwilling, whatever, but Hina and Sakura were also, like, accomplices to his murder, I feel like that's feasible, you know? I feel like that's not impossible. Likely, I doubt it, but is it impossible? No, I don't think so. Ugh. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just trying to think of ways where, like, it makes Celeste look the least suspicious. Because it's like... I don't know. Because, like, the only real... maybe they did it that I've got is Celeste. And that's purely based on discovering the bodies. Oh, wait, no. I was just thinking about that, actually. My whole thing with Hina and Sakura out the window, because they were both outside when the door was locked, so never mind. I mean, to be fair, I suppose Hifumi could have just been in there by himself, laying out Taka, come out, then one of them kills him, but nah. Like, he unlocks the door, one of them goes inside, Donk comes out, Celeste goes in, oh, bodies, and comes and gets everyone. I mean, that's possible, but it seems unlikely and very risky, actually. I mean, unless one of them were his accomplice, but we were all together, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there were certainly times where no one was, like, not everyone was speaking, but I don't think there were any times where... Oh, actually, no, we never saw him when we were all together, were we? It was, like, individuals who saw him. And those were at points where we all split up. Ooh! 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 Oh shit, so maybe it is possible. Again, I don't know how likely it is, but it is possible. And you know what, I suppose, going with my Ace Attorney, this is an Ace Attorney case theory, considering that I suppose my suspect lineups are Celeste, Hina, and Sakura, Sakura and Celeste certainly look like they could be in an Ace Attorney game, you know what I mean? So, So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this.
A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it on him. Hidden? I mean, I suppose it had to be.
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it.
Kyoko, this is the second case in a row where you've delved into another character's undergarments. Like, what? I've compared you to Gumshoe, you know, purely based on your fashion sense. But, good God, you are way more thorough than he ever would be. I suppose it's ironic that they call him Dick. Da-na-na-na! Nah. I mean, that's just his name, but you know. Stuffed in his pants on... in his pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It's just his pants. Not like his socks or... Yeah. So if you touched his socks, that whew, that is an out-of-bounds area. Whew. The steamiest place. Well, I mean, I guess if you have a foot fetish, then maybe. I don't know what that means. It's okay, Makoto. Neither do I, really. Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like... You better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note? Actually, this is, like, American, isn't it? So, like, it's a bit different for me, isn't it? Like, for me, pants are like your underwear, but pants for Americans is just your trousers. A note with a conveniently torn edge. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 AM.
So,
That sounds very familiar. That's it! It's the same thing Hiro said. And he was telling us the truth.
Different time, though, and different place. Although it's not exactly the same, is it?
Last night, someone slipped a weird note on my door, dude. And here's what it said. Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out. So don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m., dude.
Yeah, I mean, that does all check out with, like, my thought that maybe Hifumi staged the photo, like, for Celeste to take. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. The time is different. Hirotosa's note said to meet at 1 a.m. The note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
Yeah, considering that we found Taka's body in the equipment room, Taka has the corner of the note in his hand, and his wristwatch is broken at just past 6. On one hand, Taka, did your punctuality slip? Oh. Maybe that was too much of a dickhole thing to say, even for me. And yeah, on the other hand, yeah, Hifumi absolutely wrecked him. Absolutely just thwacked the hell out of Taka in the equipment room at 6 o'clock. You cannot tell me otherwise, because it's true. It is a fact. Yeah.
Huh?
So,
Part of it had been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there.
Some meaning to part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more?
Think carefully.
hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly?
I have no idea.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper? What if he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
I think I've already got the answer.
hey,
Alright, I should tell you one other thing. The 2 victims this time definitely had their handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place.
I mean, yeah, I was thinking that exactly. Why bring it up? So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you don't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention them. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders.
What? Sorry? Why bring it up? What have you... You haven't even been around. You've just been in here. What have you seen that's made you think that... Then that makes... Oh, that puts me back on my alter ego thing. But then it's like... I mean, if Chihiro could fix a laptop, I'm sure he could soup up a handbook. Might not have been able to hack one, as Monokuma has established, but I don't look. I don't know. I don't know why this is being brought up.
There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. If Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind.
Well, okay. Well, there she said, wasn't used to carry out the murder. Well, why? Why? I don't understand. Okay. Well, half an hour of investigation that we had left to do. Well, no, it wasn't really. Like, probably 10 minutes was just me panicking about my Hina Sakura theory.
are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon. It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end.
have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we'd better be going. Okay. I feel like I've said that a lot this episode. Alright. Normally, I think I'd probably just go straight in, but, I mean, we're nearly at 40 minutes. I think that's an alright time to call it. No, wrong button again. Truth bullets. Okay. Let's just go over all the evidence real quick. Can I? Okay, yes I can. Okay, the victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. Okay, so I think, if I'm remembering this right, the other files, the only thing of note that I think this is missing from this file that was in the others is time of death. And that's obviously... Oh, yeah. I was going to say that's obviously important to, like, establish that Taka was killed before Hifumi. But that obviously further establishes the fact that Hifumi was not dead when we found him in the nurse's office. Right. Because, you know, if it was, you know, gave us whatever time we found him second... I mean... To be fair, the body discovery announcement already gave that away, but no one else has actually mentioned that. So, this top was found in the repository under Kiyotaka's lifeless body. It was apparently used to move Kiyotaka in order to avoid leaving any bloodstain. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's a fully self-explanatory one. The dolly was found in the body from when the body was rediscovered in the repository, specifically has no handles. It was assumed that this is the same dolly that was used in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was originally discovered. Okay, yeah, so I mean, Hifumi went in, got a tarp, stuck Taka on this, rolled him into the art room. When the nurse office when found... Okay, yeah. This is just Hifumi wasn't dead at that point. Hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in the repository. One of them was found wet and had apparently been recently washed. Okay, so I think this is the murder weapon. I don't know if it's for both Taka and Hifumi. So as I said, like, none of the Justice Hammers actually had blood on them. But I suppose ultimately the murder weapon doesn't really matter in this case. All that really matters is that they died, and that this was definitely used to kill Hifumi. So the only problem is Taka. Okay, the door connecting the art room to the repository was designed to open only from the repository side. According to Aoi, it was locked during the search for the missing body. However, when the body was rediscovered, it had somehow been unlocked. Okay, and this is the one piece of evidence that throws everything into absolute chaos. Because I have no idea... Okay, did it... Okay, it doesn't actually say in here, but Aoi said that her and Sakura got to the art room before anyone else. The door was locked. That obviously means that Hifumi was in there with Taka at the time. Presumably, he wouldn't have been in there with anyone else. Because, according to Hina and Sakura, no one else could have got there before them. Which really does point the finger at one of those two, but I still just don't see it as, like... I don't know. I guess in a way I didn't really expect Mondo. Well, no. Well, I don't know. I guess I kind of did expect Mondo to kill, I guess. Kinda. Because he was quite an aggressive person. Granted, what ended up happening was a lot more tragic than that, but on like a fundamental level. But yeah, I don't know. And okay. Anyway, back to why this is a problem. So, in that case, anyone who could have been in there was not with the group when we left the equipment room. That's the last place we were. So that rules Makoto, Hino and Sakura, Celeste, Byakuya, and Toko completely out of being inside the repository. Which then means that the only other people who could have been in there with Hifumi are Kyoko and Hiro. And I do not see that as working. Like, at all. Like... I don't know.
Yeah. I actually just kind of had a thought. Like, is it possible that Hifumi killed himself? Like, normally I wouldn't say, oh yeah, he absolutely did that. But there's sort of like this thing that it's like, alter ego, good old Alt-E, clearly has some sort of role in this chapter. And like, I'm sort of... I suppose there's sort of like this thing in the back of my mind that's like a... if you can't have him, or like if I can't have him, no one's gonna have him. Or her, I guess, for Hifumi. So Hifumi would donk Taka, then donk himself, you know? I mean, there's no reason why he'd cart everyone around unless he was trying to pin it on someone else. I mean, I guess he could be trying to get revenge for the fact that Alter Ego's gone missing, but like, I don't get the point. And then, if I really want to go with my fucking crack theory, then maybe the handbook is important because, I don't know, Alter Ego was put on one of the handbooks and was telling Hifumi, yeah, do this, this is a good idea, you should do this. Like, I do not... this fucking door ruins everything. It's like... This whole problem comes with the fact that Celeste found the bodies, but she could not have gotten to the repository before Sakura and Hina, which means she could not have been inside with Hifumi to kill him. And of course, if she was, Hina and Sakura would have seen her come out, despite the fact that they hadn't seen her go in. You know? Like... this whole thing is a disaster. Alright, Apollo Blood was found in the equipment room. Okay, this just proves that Taka was moved with the dolly. I mean, this is what was used to wipe the blood off of Hifumi's glasses, and I guess we could also be like, yeah, this proves that Hifumi was the one who wiped his own glasses, I guess. Considering that is very... the Princess Piggles thing is very... like, that's very clearly his. Hifumi's body disappeared here. Okay, yeah. Well, Celeste's account here is just like, well, yeah, obviously no one moved him because Hifumi stood up on his own. Meeting the dining hall. Okay, so I think this is going to be used to prove that Hiro didn't write this because their handwriting is different. Robe of Justice. And just wearing it, not be able to bend at the waist more than 90 degrees. I mean, I guess that basically just means that he isn't very mobile. I'm not really sure how that information is going to come into play yet, but we shall see. Apparently Yasuhiro received a mysterious note last night. I mean, as of right now, all that's proving to me is that this is how Hiro was brought in, chloroformed, put in the Robo Justice costume. Okay, broken wristwatch. This just proves Taka was killed at 6. And because it wasn't broken last night, we know that means 6 this morning. Alright, this goes hand in hand. These two just prove that Hifumi killed Taka, essentially. And then the handbook, which... not a clue. Alright, so yeah. I've got a pretty clear idea of a lot of things in this case, but not the end. Actually, I mean, to be fair, I don't really have a good thing for the whole... like, I have not been able to put together all the events in this in, like, a coherent sort of thing. I probably should have listened to Sakura's explanation in that case. That might have actually helped me here, but... yeah, I just don't... What I've got is that Hifumi killed Taka, Hiro was put into the Robo-Justice costume, not in that chronological order, and then Hifumi moved Taka and Hifumi are found dead. Or like Hifumi, well, really that last one is just Hifumi dies. And I don't know who killed him because of that goddamn repository door. I do not understand how we're gonna get around that. Like, again, in my mind, the only way to get around this is if either Sakura or Hina are the murderers, or murderer, because, again, I'm standing by that Hifumi killed Taka, or my condemned by Kyoko theory that it might be alter ego. Yeah, no, I mean, I've got nothing else. I've got the final. This is the first time I've not had much. Like I don't know. I was gonna say I don't really have much of a clue. I have like the 3, if you want to count alter ego, 4, like people I think could have done it. And to be fair, the 3 who were left, like in that Celeste, Hina, and Sakura, like the only people I think might be a bit expendable, unfortunately. Because yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Makoto, Kyoko, Toko, and Byakuya, I'm like 99% certain those 4 are going to survive. I'm pretty sure Hiro is going to survive as well. Because of the V3 demo. But the other 3, I don't know. I just don't know. And yeah, I mean, I obviously don't want it to be Celeste, but... And I mean, to be fair, like, I don't want it to be anyone, obviously. Like, I don't want these kids to die. But... Of the 3, Celeste is really the only one I have any sort of attachment to. And as such, I would really rather she does not die, you know? I mean, like, I have nothing against Sakura or Hina. I just don't... I just haven't found myself really drawn to either of them in the same way I've been drawn to Celeste. Or, you know, Taka. Or Toko. Or, to an extent, even Kyoko. I think Kyoko's quite or, I suppose, intriguing rather than interesting. Because, like, the thing is that I don't know much about her. And I'd like to know a little more about her. Yeah. I mean, that's my lineup of suspects, unfortunately. But I don't know who could have killed them. Who could have killed Hifumi? Yeah. I mean, Leon was easy. Leon was ridiculously easy. Mondo I only really figured out through, like, process of elimination. And a little bit of bias. Because, I mean, yeah, as far as I was concerned, if I took personalities out of it, Taka was as equally as suspect as Mondo was, but I just didn't think Taka could ever kill anyone. Oh, and also because of the body discovery announcement, he was the last person to come in, so assuming that the murderers don't count for discovering the body, then, you know. I mean, of course, no, I mean, he wouldn't anyway, because, like, he would have already seen the body, of course, so, you know. Anyway, what? Is there anything? There is nothing else. So, I somehow accidentally managed to pad this out an extra 20 minutes. Actually, I think it was more like 15, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one where we'll start this trial, and hopefully we get, or I can figure out a little more, a few of the more intricate pieces of this case, because I've got a basic outline of a lot of the events leading up to Hifumi dying, but that end bit Anyway, guys, see you in the next one for class trial number 3. See you then.